Boom! What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another beautiful day here in San Luis Obispo. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons you should modify your car. So let's jump right on into it. Alright, you guys, so there are multiple reasons you both should and should not modify your car. However, today we're going to focus on the top 5 reasons you should, because there are actually a lot of really good reasons why you should modify your car, despite popular belief, beside what people believe. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the first one, which is performance. Alright, so when it comes to performance, there's a lot of different components that could really change the aspect of your car, and here are the reasons you should do that. First and foremost, engine upgrades. There's a lot of, by the way, everything being legal, there are a lot of very legal and fun and really beneficial upgrades you can do to your engine to help the performance in terms of producing power, running more reliably, cleaner, and just more efficient. Simple stuff like engine tuning, upgraded parts, stuff like that really can help the car run better, perform better, as well as a whole lot of different aspects related to stuff like that. Things such as upgrading wheel components, suspension parts, brake parts, upgraded tires and stuff like that really can help the car's performance in terms of being gripped to the road, braking faster, running smoother. For example, stuff that I've done to this car is upgraded race tires. It has a brake kit. It also has performance lowering coilovers, as well as a wider wheelbase. That gives the car better performance by allowing it to be more aerodynamic, closer to the ground, as well as more stable by being wider. So that's just some of the benefits you can do by doing simple stuff like this. Alright, you guys, so there's a lot of different engine components that you can do. Simple stuff, like I said, cold air intake systems. You have, upgraded headers, exhaust. Simple stuff like that can really change the performance of the car, which really just changes the overall car itself. Everything done legally and affordably is actually very simple. A lot of parts are sold already, like legal and ready to go, pretty much like full bolt-on parts, and that's what's awesome about doing stuff like this. So simple upgrades to performance like the engines and the wheel wells, or the wheels and stuff, really can change the performance of a car, and that's one of the #1 reason you want to do that. I have done a little bit to this car, not a huge amount when it comes to engine. Slight tuning, I got the cold air intake, I've got a full exhaust system, I'm running upgraded high performance spark plugs, I'm running on 91 octane fuel, and that definitely helps change the way the car performs. It's not going to be like huge like doing a full turbo kit on it, which may be coming in the future. I've looked into it and very likely may happen. But it's simple stuff like that which really can improve the performance of the car. So #1 reason, once again, to modify your car is for performance. Alright, #2 on the list is aesthetics, or looks. Some of the huge benefits to upgrading some of the looks on the car, or different parts of the car, for aesthetics. Not everyone is into upgrading performance parts or making the car really fast or something like that. A lot of people are very much into aesthetics, and I think that's great. So aesthetics, upgrading different aspects of the car, which I'll cover, really can change the look of the car and just make it look so much cleaner, so much more beautiful and special. And that's why #2 on the list is aesthetics. So we're going to go over a couple of the things on here that you can do to really improve the car. Alright, so here at the rear of the car, I've done a lot of aesthetics as well as a lot of just performance upgrades as well. Not everything on this car is just for performance. There are some aesthetics. For example, the first and foremost, we're going to do tinted tail lights. That made the car look way better, way smoother, way cleaner. Plus it made the whole blackout look much more full. Fully legal, completely changed the look of the car, and is absolutely awesome. So simple stuff like that. Got aftermarket carbon fiber badges for the car, so it's no longer just the stock badges, because those look terrible. I got an aftermarket license plate, vanity plate, just because it really brought the aesthetics of the car together. Now there are some aesthetics on here that do actually have some performance benefits, but it's not strictly for that. For example, my carbon fiber tail lip is not just for performance, it is also very much for looks. I think cars look great when they have that lip. I thought the car looked terrible with it just like flat. And so that's why this really changed the look of the car, and I absolutely highly recommend doing something like this, or even just a wing. I have these down here, these lower canards, real carbon fiber, which are absolutely awesome. I absolutely love them, and they definitely gave the car a much more aggressive look. These quad tips, these are very much for performance. These make amazing sound, full custom race exhaust from the company who I work with, who helped me do it. They are absolutely awesome. And so that's one of the number one things on here that you can definitely do is exhaust. That can also change the look of a car. Maybe not as noticeably as a lot of other upgrades, but that's a great one. So very simple stuff like tail lights, you know, putting on like a wing or a tail lip or something like that makes the car, the whole look of the car change drastically. And so that's why some of these things are wonderful. Alright, so up here at the front of the car, some of the simple stuff that's very minor but very noticeable is like the mirror caps. Full carbon fiber mirror caps look absolutely awesome. They are noticeable, but it's not obnoxious, it's not standing out too much. Same with the hood. Very similar thing. It's noticeable, but obnoxious, not too out there, and it also can help change performance as well in terms of being lighter with like fiberglass or carbon fiber. These original hoods are heavy, but upgrading them definitely can help. And then on here you can see I had this front splitter. This definitely helps with aerodynamics, although it's not huge, it's not going to change the performance in a drastic way. It's more so for aesthetics. However, it definitely does help direct air for smoother, more efficient airflow. But this alone here really does change the look. But we're actually going to quickly show you the inside of the car, where you can actually see more of the upgrades, the better upgrades to the aesthetic aspect of this, which actually I highly recommend, almost on top of the list here. So without further ado, let's jump on in.
Alright you guys, so here on the interior you can see how there are some minor upgrades that really improved the look. We got the full Alcantara steering wheel wrap, which definitely helps with both grip for performance, especially for the track, as well as it upgrades the steering wheel look, as well as the full carbon fiber parts. We got the full custom-made interior floor mats, which really brought the whole black on red, which is my theme, interior look together. More parts here. We have these switches, which are great and actually have a use. So simple stuff like that really can bring the entire look of the interior together. Everything very affordable, very easy to do, very easy to install and get, and it really changes the look of the car. So I highly recommend doing stuff like that. I mean, just get a look at that steering wheel. It definitely is way better than the stock TC steering wheel.
Alright you guys, so next up is reliability. Now this isn't a huge category, and it's not something I really take super close into consideration. However, it is definitely a valid point. Upgrading a lot of these parts to higher, nicer, more well-built parts can definitely improve the reliability of the car. For example, taking upgraded spark plugs, they last longer, they help the car run better, and it's better overall. Upgraded brake kits help the tires last longer, are better for the car, and just result in less issues later on. So a lot of the reasons to modify a car is definitely for reliability stuff. Again, not number one, but very simple upgraded modifications can really help improve the reliability of the car, especially when it comes to the engine. You can get a whole list of really high-end upgraded parts, again being affordable, that really will improve the performance as well as the sex of the car, and on top of that, the reliability. And you know, in cars nowadays, reliability can be questionable. Some of these nicer, especially German cars, don't get me wrong, I love them, but the reliability can be questionable. However, there are definitely cars out there where reliability is never an issue, such as Toyotas. That's why I love having this as my daily. So this is definitely an awesome thing to do, is modify your car for reliability as well. And then fourth up on the list is enjoyment. Probably not what you guys were expecting. Some of the biggest reasons to modify a car is for just simple enjoyment reasons. I've never driven a car that wasn't modified that just didn't really bring me that smile to my face the way driving a fully modified, just built car, especially something that you build. There's this enjoyment, there's this pleasure, this feeling of ownership that comes out of it, this success feeling that you get after working and building the car. Especially even if it's just minor things, it just gives you a little bit more small feeling of just enjoyment. It's like, oh, this is my car. That's why this is awesome. So I highly recommend modifying your car just for the enjoyment alone. Every time I get in this car, especially because of my full custom race exhaust, every time I start it, it brings a smile to my face. I hated this car stock. It was absolutely horrendous. This is what it will look like right here. Absolutely horrendous. Now, this is what the car has come to look like over the last 2.5 years, where you put in around $8,000 into upgrades. I have actually gone above and beyond more than most people would. You really don't have to put that much money into it. You don't have to put in the nicest parts, which I have. You don't really have to put in the top of the line everything. You don't have to go as far as I did. It's just minor things that you can even do that really change the performance. I have done a lot to this car, and every little thing I do, I absolutely love having done it. I do not regret a single thing. Everything about this car makes me smile. And that is why I believe modifying a car really can be a good thing, especially for enjoyment. Same with all my other cars. I absolutely love having them. I love working on them. I love building them, and I just love that enjoyment I get from doing so. It's a little project. It's just fun, and it brings you this piece of just, you know what, this is my car. You've done something great. You're doing it. The fifth and final reason to modify your car is uniqueness. Now, this one may seem a little controversial, a little interesting to viewers who aren't quite as into modifying cars, but there's a huge reason to modify your car in terms of uniqueness. Now, some of the reasons it's important to modify a car to be unique is because who wants to be driving a boring old car? I mean, I don't. I know a lot of people out there, they may want to. The car people or non-car people, they may not care. But for car people, I think it's very important to modify a car, especially for the uniqueness aspect. It is so fun to know that I have one of the most unique TCs on the road today. I've put a tremendous amount of work on there, and I get a tremendous amount of compliments and comments, and people absolutely loving this car. I drive it around, I have people who recognize me from TikTok, from everywhere, just people who see me off of YouTube, and they're like, oh my god, I've seen your car, blah, blah, blah. That's what makes modifying this car great. It's just that unique aspect I get off of it. This is such a unique car. Not very many out there will look remotely like this. There are some that are definitely, but it's a very small number. I have never seen another TC in this area, let alone California, that have been built quite like this. I've been all over. I've gone to thousands of car shows, car meets, cruises, rallies, all that. I've never seen one other TC, even my TC group, or my SAG group, that did not have anything quite as built and modified as this. And that brought me this tremendous amount of just pleasure knowing that I've built something super unique that people want to aspire to see, to do, to their own cars. And that's one of the other things I really enjoy doing, is modifying my car, because people see it and they want to know how to do it for themselves. I have people who comment on my videos all the time, oh, how do I do this? Or what do I do this? Or how do I do this? Or where do I get this? And I love being able to help people as well as inspire them by bringing the work I've done forth. So the fifth and final reason is to modify your car is for the uniqueness. There's something special about driving your car in a unique way down the road and knowing you are the only one with a car like that. Maybe people drive the same model car as you, but it sure isn't going to be like this. I do see TCs every once in a while here where I live. However, not a single one is built, not a single one is like this. Everyone who sees my car, especially TC owners, absolutely love what I have done to this. So that's the fifth and final reason why you should modify your car. So just to review, the number one reason you should modify your car is for performance. Number 2, aesthetics. Number 3, reliability. Number 4, enjoyment. And number 5, the uniqueness. Those are the top 5 reasons why you should modify your car. There are hundreds of more reasons. However, I would say those are the top 5. Now, when it comes to modifying a car, there are also 5 reasons you shouldn't. However, that is going to be next week's video, guys. So be sure to go check that out if you want to see the 5 reasons why you shouldn't modify your car, even though I strongly believe you should. But there are reasons you shouldn't, and I will cover that next week. But with that being said, guys, that's the 5 reasons you should modify your car. But while we're here, I want to quickly show you around my filming location.
Yep, so this is what I do is it's a Cal Poly parking structure. It's usually completely empty. As you guys can see, there's not a soul up here, not a single person around here, which gives me the freedom to completely say whatever I want and no one will care. As well as it is absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that view.
Alright you guys, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is, as always, a blast to film, a blast to make. I love bringing you guys this content, love bringing you guys this information, and that's the 5 reasons you should modify your car. Stay tuned for the next upcoming video on the 5 reasons you shouldn't modify your car, although that's not quite as big of a deal as why you should, because I really do think you should. But with that being said guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be sure to be you. Also, be sure to smash that like button and that subscribe button. Every like and subscription helps, especially now that we're growing. So with that being said, guys, peace out, and I will see you guys later.